Warning! Spoilers about the Mario game. You know what? If you really don't know how the story ends, I may have to cry for you. Please, go home and play Super Mario Bros. 3. And then come back to watch this video. Seriously. What's wrong with you? Gaming It Up with Classic Gamer. Today we're going to finally do the review for Super Mario 3D Land. Kinda late, but I'm here now. Super Mario 3D Land is the extremely hyped up game for 3DS. It's the game that Nintendo fans and Mario fans have been waiting for. It's the mix between Super Mario 64, Super Mario Bros. 3, and Super Mario Galaxy. So, a mix of all of the great Mario games except for Sunshine. Actually, if you ask me, there is a very little amount of Sunshine in there. There's very little, but it's still in there. Okay, there is no denying that Mario is the #1 system seller. It's just not possible for any other character to sell as many systems as Mario does. Seriously, look at the sales of the 3DS after Mario Kart 7 and Super Mario 3D Land came out. Just amazing. So without further ado, let's go to 3D Mario Land. First, let me address the controls. That is kind of essential to all games. Like I said in my first impressions video, the controls felt weird at first. I might just have that mindset of, yeah, that's how a 3D Mario platforming is supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. So whenever I feel something that's different, it takes me a while to get used to. Like, whenever I think of Mario platforming, I always go back to Super Mario 64. So every time I was comparing the controls for this game, I was comparing it to Super Mario 64 because that is one of the greatest games of all time. Don't deny it is. Some of the jumps felt different. Like, once again, I don't know the names of these jumps because I just know one is like the super jump or something. That might be when you crouch down and jump up, or the super long jump. I don't know what they're called. I just know that they felt different. The one that you just like catapult like no other, that took some time to getting used to. And I almost never used it because regular jumping almost felt better. I usually only use that jump when I want to go fast in Super Mario 64 or when I want to glitch up the endless stairs. So, I don't know. It's just not as useful in this game. But that's okay. The game itself feels amazing with the rest of the controls. It does not take long at all to learn the controls. Thankfully, it is a Mario game, and they're really easy to pick up. So, this will not be a hard game to get into. The analog stick works wonders. I love it. I had problems with the Super Mario 64 DS with the little D-pad, but here I felt like it worked perfectly. I almost had no problems whatsoever. And the problems I did is just usually because I'd been playing too long and my fingers had gotten sweaty and I was slipping off the thumb pad. That almost never happens, but I was playing it a lot. You almost always know where you're going to land when you make a jump. And I love that you can control your jump in midair. It's totally illogical, but screw it, it's Mario. The only actual buttons I felt myself pushing were Y and B. Y being to run and B being to jump. I also used R sometimes to pull off little trick jumps, but almost never. Just kind of to crouch down to small spaces, and that's about it. The touchscreen is hardly used. You only use it to select a stage or to select your item that you've been holding. Like, you can hold more than one, well, you can hold one item. Like, if you have boomerang power and then you run into Tanuki power, you'll turn into Tanuki, but you'll hold your boomerang power. And whenever you want the boomerang power back, you click on it and you have it. So that is useful, and they should keep that. It's been in here since Super Mario World, and when they take it out, I just kind of like, okay. But they brought it back in this game, so yeah. Actually, I think this is the first 3D Mario game that lets you do that. So, that's pretty neat. Good job. The graphics look very nice. I can't stress how awesome it was to see Mario in the Tanuki suit for the first time in 3D. And I'm not talking about 3D like I'm coming at you, but I mean like 3D as in three-dimensional, like polygons would have been for the 64. Like, it's awesome. I can't believe it took this long to finally see Mario in a Tanuki suit in 3D. Jeez. What took him so long? I mean, oh, I'm having like a fanboy attack just thinking about it. I hate to admit this, but the graphics look almost as good as a Wii game, excluding Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Metroid Other M, and Skyward Sword. They just look beautiful. On a handheld especially. That's mighty impressive. You can tell that there is a lot of work taken into every level. No level was painful to look at, so good job, Nintendo. Each level looks just inviting, and it just, I don't know, it just looks really good. And if you've seen the trailers on here, they look good on here, but they look better on the 3DS. Time for the story. Bowser steals Peach. Mario goes after them. The end. Okay, so the story is a copy and paste from previous Mario games, but what did you expect, honestly? Nobody cares when it comes to a Mario platforming game. All we want to do is kick some Goomba and Koopa ass and have some fun along the way. Even though there is no story, the game can be really fun and clever at the same time, with some of the pictures it uses to tell the story, with like Luigi captured by the minions from Bowser. God damn it, Luigi. I love the music in Super Mario 3D Land. I found myself humming it sometimes just out of the blue. What are you doing? Nothing. Nothing. The music is really nice, and it really sets up the mood well. As you say, happy, carefree land of Mario with killer mushrooms and turtles all around. The final battle music always gets my heart pounding in every Mario game, and this is no exception. And I'm not going to put it on this video just because I want to save it for you, even though I really do want to put it on here. And I'm glad and kind of surprised that I saw that Mario Flipnote song on here. It's pretty cool. And when I got to the world, I was like, no way. Take a page and a pen, draw a big mushroom. Dude, seriously. Stop judging me for what I love! Okay, time for the length. This is what I have found to be people's most, this is their biggest concern about the game, that it will be too short. And yes, it does come off as short, especially if you're counting just the first regular 8 worlds, which you shouldn't because the game has 8 other worlds after it, which are the 8 special worlds. In fact, what other Mario game do you know that has 8 special worlds? Not 8 special levels, 8 special worlds. That's what I thought. This game has the most amount of worlds I've ever seen in a Mario game. So if you look at it this way, there are more worlds in this game than there have been in any Mario game. That's not necessarily saying there's more levels, but there are more worlds. For those of you that want to complete the game 100%, you'll find that the game takes quite some time. To beat the game 100%, you have to collect all the star coins, all the golden flags, beat every level with Mario and Luigi, and then beat the last secret level, which is hell, but I'll get onto that later. But the secret level by itself, it will consume some time. Try it without the Tanuki suit. I dare you. I freaking dare you. It is impossibly hard. It's not impossible, I've done it. It just took forever. But it is so much harder. So much harder. On to the difficulty. The game starts out extremely easy, as it should. That's how all games should start out. Easy and then slowly progress harder, which this game does. But you don't even notice it at first. The regular worlds are kind of just ridiculously super easy. Except to when you get to the last world in World 8, which is Bowser's final castle. That was pretty intense for all the regular worlds. But when you go to the special worlds, it's a whole new game. I mean, every level in the regular world is like, bitch, please, Tanuki power. The game practically hands out lives, but not to the extent like Sonic the Hedgehog 4 did. The game will even hold your hand at some points where they give you the golden Tanuki Leaf and the P-Wing, which I have never got, so I don't know what to tell you. I just heard that it takes you from one part of the game to almost the end of the stage. So, if you suck at Mario games, don't worry, this game will hand it out to you until you get to the special worlds. And going back to the special world, it gets pretty intense. You don't notice it the first special world, but it will progress really fast to a harder difficulty than the regular worlds were. The special worlds are kind of just like, yeah, you know those easy regular worlds that you just did? We're not them. Some of the special worlds are crazy and can be frustratingly hard if you don't have the powers necessary to get through the level. I mean, some of the worlds going through, like I mentioned that the secret world is almost impossible to go through without Tanuki. But some of the regular worlds are really hard to go through without Tanuki either. You'll find yourself wanting to go back and get Tanuki, but you just, like, no, I gotta man up to go through this level. I can't go back and get a Tanuki, even though I really want to. Seriously, when you go to the secret level, you will want to go back for a Maple Leaf so much. So impossibly much. The jumps you can notice are spaced out, so even if you don't have the Tanuki Leaf, you're able to get through, but you have to have some mad skills to get through. This guy. Nothing more nerve-wracking than knowing you can only get one more hit and then everything is out to get you. In Special Worlds, the Cosmic Mario races come into play, but they're not really races as much as just Mario following you. So the Cosmic Mario thing from Super Mario Galaxy 2, when they just follow you, and it's awesome. But they come in different sizes at some points. I've only seen one small one and a few big ones. And that super-sized purple drink monster Mario, he'll get you. He'll get you at one point. When you're going for the star coins, he'll get you. So, you guys that have problems with these kind of games, Godspeed. You know how I said some jumps are like cleverly placed, so you have to time it and place yourself in the correct position? Well, the secret level takes full advantage of that. And if you mess up a jump even a little bit, consider yourself on a one-way ticket to a Mega Man death spike, because you're not coming back. And you know what the greatest part about that level is? There's no checkpoint, so if you get halfway through the level, fall off, to the beginning with you. And that's with every life. So that means every time you lose a life, it's back to the beginning. No second tries. And I told you, this level is not easy. Not easy whatsoever. Okay, secret level, let's see what you got. Okay, now for the features. First, we're going to talk about the 3D feature. This is the first game that I've seen that uses the 3D full advantage. This one has a weird selection for the 3D too. So you can have it selected so it looks like it's coming out at you, or it feels like you're going inside of it. You select it with the D-pad, so that's I guess another button I didn't mention, but you hardly ever use it, unless you, like, at the beginning of a level. And I find it that some levels are better with the 3D coming at you, or trying to feel like it's coming at you, and then there are some that feel better when it's coming in, like it feels like you're going inside. I find myself using the one that makes me feel like I'm going inside more often just because it feels so more natural. You should try it on each level to see which one you prefer. And sometimes they just design the level so well that you know that they designed it just so you can show up that 3D aspect, where it's like an overhead view. You can see Mario jump like on a mushroom and jump up and almost come at you. It's pretty cool. Or sometimes you'll hit like a question block and it feels like a coin is coming at your face. Okay. The gyroscope is used for the telescope and the cannon. And I'll admit that trying to move the gyroscope around while in 3D mode is a hassle because you don't just do this. You have to actually move your body around to keep it in 3D. So I kind of just turn the 3D down, and then it's just easier for me to go and do that. And I'm kind of amazed that I can just like turn my entire body, and the cannon will pretty much go almost as far as I will. Like, I'd break my spine if I'd go any farther, and the cannon would probably break if it went any farther. It really does feel like you have total control of what you're doing. So, if I'm going up, it's going up. If I'm going down, it's going down. It just feels really natural, and it feels really good. Now for the Mario and Luigi aspect. Even though it's not technically a feature, I'm still going to add it. And after the second you rescue Luigi, you're kind of like, how the bloody hell did you get captured in the first place? He can jump higher, farther, and he can run faster. Except he slides if he's on ice or something, so... He can jump higher, farther, and run faster. The only downside is that he acts like he's on ice whenever he lands or tries to stop. What? Did he just knock on the door and say, "Hello, may I be your prison bitch?" How are you gonna fight King Boo in Luigi's Mansion 2? But I digress. Yeah, it's a bummer that you can't play as Luigi until the end of Special World 1. But then again, this isn't called Super Luigi 3D Land. It's called Super Mario 3D Land. But that's how all the other Mario games look. I mean, look at New Super Mario Bros. Or Mario Galaxy. They don't have Luigi until the end of the game. There are games like Super Mario Galaxy 2 where you don't get him at the end of the game, but you get him somewhere in the midsection. But you never get him right off the bat. Unless you're playing New Super Mario Bros. Wii. then it's a 4-player game. So if you don't want to play as Blue Toad and Yellow Toad as your second player, you want to play as Luigi. But Luigi is almost superior in every way, except he slides like he's a naked, oily chick on ice. The jumping feels nice, the running feels nice, the characters are all placed very smart, or enough so that you learn how to kill them. Everything just comes out as feeling really good. The levels are all very well designed, and they're all designed to work with Mario's movements. So you'll never be like, oh god, why doesn't this work, why does this work? It's all designed so that it works, and it works well. And you will never feel lost in this game. You will never be like, where do I go? It's really linear. It's like really like, here, this is where you go, now go. If you're gonna buy the game, the one reason you should buy this game is simply the gameplay. It's phenomenal. Replay value? You will have to replay every level at least once to get everything. And no, I don't mean just the star coins and the gold flag. Because literally to beat it 100%, I told you this, but I'm gonna restate it again. You have to beat every level as Mario and Luigi. So even if like you're some kind of god child, you can get every star coin and every flag, you're still gonna have to go back. And you're gonna want to go back. These levels are really fun. It's always fun to see if you can get the faster time. And like I said in my first impressions video, I cannot stand it when somebody beats my time. Oh, no, you're not gonna beat my time. It's not happening. There's no way. I'm gonna go back and try it 100 times until I beat your time, just so I'm higher on you. Oh god, I need some help. There's always an incentive to go back and always try and see if you can do better, or just do it out of sheer fun of it. It's just really fun to play, like I've said in the gameplay. And you want to max out your lives, because I haven't mentioned this part yet, but the max amount of lives is 1,099, which is crown, triple crown. There's an extremely easy way to do this, but if you're feeling like you want to put some more time in this game, don't do the cheap way and try and get as many lives as possible through fairness of the game, whatever it takes. And before I close up this review, did anybody see the game over screen? I literally had to go to a Toys R Us and kill Mario like 4 times just to see what the game over screen was. It was yellow, I think. I don't know, it sounded something like... yeah, like that. So, what's the final verdict? If you have a 3DS, this is one of the games you should have in your possession at one point in your life. It's a really fun game. It's one of the 3DS biggest titles. The 3DS hasn't been pushed to its full ability, but for right now, this game is doing it wonders. This and Mario Kart 7, which just came out this week, are just gorgeous looking games, and they're really, really fun. In fact, what am I gonna say? What is the best game currently out for the 3DS? I'm gonna go with Mario Kart 7, but that doesn't mean Super Mario 3D Land is inferior anyway. They're on almost equal grounds for me. It's just that I love Mario Kart, and it's so much fun. But this game, it's a good second. It's a close second. I played the hell out of this game, and I'm gonna go play it again later. It doesn't mean, just because I beat it 100% doesn't mean I have to stop playing it. If you beat a game 100%, you're like, well, I'm done with this game. Goodbye forever. That doesn't mean anything. It just means that you're like, okay, I have to be 100% on everything. I have a friend like that. I love him, but you're crazy. Super Mario 3D Land is just a hell of a lot of fun. You gotta try it out at least once. You got a friend that has a 3DS? Go tell him to go buy it, and then you play it. Like, buy it for him for Christmas, and then, I don't know, leech off his 3DS and play it. Well, this is Classic Gamer, powering down. When did that get here?